First, uh, first let me know how to write a switch syntax. Okay, let's say we are if we want to create a switch statement for IVR. I hope everyone is aware of IVR, right? Like when we call a customer care, they say press one, press two for this option, press three for this option. Okay, when you press three, you'll this option will be selected. So how can you write a switch statement for an IVR option? Or just let me know what is the syntax for switch statement so that we can write an IVR. I mean, we can write a code for IVR. Okay, no worries. Okay, let me go ahead and do that. First, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna create a variable. What we will be pressing on an IVR, we will be pressing numbers, right? So I will be creating a number variable. Okay. Let IVR option equal to 1. Let's say 1. Now, what is the syntax for switch? What is the syntax for switch? We write,
Switch.
yeah, switch. Then,
In switch we write
mm,
yeah, expression.
in
Um,
switch and in
yeah, we'll write,
parentheses,
yeah, in the parentheses we'll write a condition.
condition. Sure.
The variable.
Like IVR option will write the variable name.
Yes, it's only the variable name which we write. Okay. And then open and close curly braces. Then here we give case and the option 1, then the colon. Okay, we use colon, right? So it's case 1. Let's say if it is case 1, I mean, if the user has pressed 1, then what we need to print, right? Okay, and here you have selected English. Okay, then what we will be doing after this, what we need to write?
We'll write break
Okay, and then
case 2.
case 2 and colon, right? Colon.
Yes.
And then copy, paste. You have selected, selected native language and then break again, right? Right. And then let's say I just want two options. So what will be the, how can I end the which statement? What is the last option that I need to give here? I just need two options. Okay. User might the press 1 or 2. If user press not 1, not 2, any other number, then what is that I need to use here? We have created a variable, a number variable, and we have used switch. In parenthesis, we have given the variable name, okay, and open curly braces, close curly braces. Case 1, we have created case 1, and then break statement used, and then case 2, and then break statement used. Now, want any other cases?
Default.
Sorry,
Default.
default, yes, default. colon. Right. Okay. And after people, what I need to write? Is there anything else that I need to write in here?
I think nothing is the last one.
No break statement required
No,
here, right?
no break. No.
Okay. Now let's run this. All good with this syntax?
Yes, yes.
Let's select it English. Now if I say two here, then it will say retail language. Now if I say anything else apart from one or two, say nine. So clear? How do we create a switch statement or a switch case condition or switch statement?
Yes, Ashish. Ashish, there is noise. There is a background noise.
No, no, good.
Still,
Now,
still, still, still noise.
now,
Uh, can you say something?
uh, do
Eh,
you hear any background noise?
a little bit is better than it was. Yeah,
It's,
it was like wind. It's like the wind moved the
oh,
trees.
okay, 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 okay.
Mm.
Understood. Understood. Okay, right. So we are clear with the switch statement, right?
Yes,
Okay. And as we are using number here, we are using number here. And after case, we are using a number. If, let's say, we are using a string here, let's say if we are using a string here, then it should be string
string
here.
also.
Yeah, here as well, it should be string. So always we need to go with the variable value, the data type of the variable value. What value which we are giving, that should be in the cases as well. Here, as it is data type is string, so we need to provide case string. Case string. Great. Now, now we have entered loops, which is one of the main concept of programming, and which is this conditional statements and loops are used a lot, a lot in the programming, in the programming. Okay, so now we have entered loops. So let's discuss about loops. Okay, scroll down. And practice is required. Huh? Practice is required. Okay, now loops in JavaScript we have for loop. In JavaScript we have for loop, while loop, do while loop, for each loop, and there are two more loops which is for off loop and for in loop. These two loops you might find in other programming languages like Java or C sharp, but in Java find it for off loop and for in loop also is used only in JavaScript. Okay, and these three loops are mostly used for arrays. We haven't come to arrays topic yet, but just a heads up here. These three per each, per off, and per in. These loops are used especially in work on array. Okay, we'll come to that. Okay, as of now, today only for today, we will be discussing about for loop. Okay, and have given multiple examples. So I'll share this document as well. please go through this document and practice it. And also, if you find any other loops, any other examples to work on with for loops, you can please go ahead and work on it. Okay. Now, before we create any loop, okay, before we create any loop, okay, in order, this is what we need. Okay, in order, let me give a space here. In order to create any loop, okay, it might be any loop, but still, for each, for off, and for in does not apply. These rules does not apply for each, for off, and for in. Okay, only for loop, while loop, and do while loop. These three conditions apply. Okay, these three states. Okay, rules. I can say rules. Okay, in order to create any loop, we need to have three mandatory terms, which are initialization, starting point, where we have to start, condition, keep going until, or check before going, or loop stopper, or how many times we need to repeat. What especially loops does is, let's say, um, let me give an example. Okay, here. Okay, let's say I want to print console.log. Okay, console.log. I just want print high. Okay, and what is my requirement is, I want to print high 10 times. I need to print high 10 times. So what is a how can I print high 10 times? Can someone help me? How can I print high 10 times?
You repeat right
For
in
loop,
console.log.
Okay, okay.
in for loop.
Yeah, we'll come to for loop. If you
Okay.
we should not use for loop, how can I? So we need to
You
write
repeat.
this 10
Yeah,
times.
10 times you repeat, you write it 10 times.
So
Ashish, there is a disturbance in between.
now,
Still, there is some, not that clear.
now, is it okay?
Not yet.
Not.
Mm, now, now is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I will place it here. Okay, yeah. So I need to print it. I need to write this console log statement 10 times, right? Okay. Then if I run this, see, hi printed. So we are repeating, okay, we are repeating our code multiple times, which is not acceptable. I mean, which is not recommended in programming, and which is also not, I mean, not required. Not, I mean, uh, it is like, it is like we are wasting memory. We are wasting memory of the computer in writing many lines of the same code. Okay, we are writing many lines. So when we want when we want something to be repeated multiple times, when we want something to be repeated multiple times, like let's say, we have our breakfast daily, right? So we every day we are repeating one task, right? We are repeating one task on a daily basis. So, like if I say, okay, I'm having breakfast on a daily basis. When you write it on a daily basis, then it's like, you know, in a computer, especially in a computer, then you're wasting, or you're utilizing the memory of the computer a lot, which is not recommended, okay. So how can we overcome this issue? How can we overcome this issue? Like if we want to repeat any code multiple times, and we need not to write the same line of code multiple times, how can we overcome this issue? It is by using loops. This is where loops comes into picture. Okay, now let's see for loop first. Okay, let's see for loop first. Okay, so coming here, let me take the syntax. Okay, This is a syntax for loop. I paste it here. Okay. Now here, let's say, let me go to the first line. Okay. Initialization. Okay. Which is in like creating a variable, but still initialization is in the loop is known as where we have to start, where exactly we need to start. Okay, so that is what we declare here. That is what we declare. That is what we write here. After that, okay, first we write for in lowercase, then open, and then parenthesis. Okay, let me do this in this for parenthesis, then curly braces, open and close curly braces. I- And in this curly braces, we give statements like what exactly we want to execute, which code we want to execute multiple times, that we write here. But in parenthesis here, we write first we write starting point, okay, starting point. Then we the we give the condition. Like condition is nothing but condition is like how many times we want to repeat or keep leave this thing. Okay, leave this thing. How many times we need to repeat our code. Okay, that is what we provide in here condition. Then this increment decrement is like how can I say, I mean the jumps. I can also say it is a jump, like how many times we want to jump from one starting point to the end point. How many times we want to jump? Is it one time or two times uh, one step at a time, or two steps at a time, or three steps at a time? So that is what we provide. Like if I say uh, mm, and let me draw a circle. Okay, this is a circle. Okay, now if I start here, then this will be loop, this will be continuously looping, right? Okay, now mm, mm, okay, now what is we are doing here is, let's say this is the starting point. Okay, and we want to run multiple times in this circle. We want to run multiple times, let's say 10 times. We want to run 10 times this circle. But what the last condition, what the last statement says, that how many, I mean what should be the increment? I mean it should we have one step at a time, or two steps at a time, or three steps at a time? Or if that is increment, I mean if we going in a positive way, then that is called increment. Or one step less at a time, or two steps less at a time, or three steps less at a time, which is a decrement. Okay, so going backwards. Okay, one going front and one going backwards. But how many times? I mean what will be the jump, and how many times we repeat, and where should be the starting point? That we declare here. That we declare here. And then in open and close curly braces, we give the statements. Now I'll give an example. Let me do one thing. Let's take one example so that it will be easy to understand. Okay, okay. Here, so first we have for loop. Okay, we have defined for. Then we have given the open parenthesis and the close parenthesis, and then in the curly braces. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me cut this. Yeah, so this is all we have. This is all we have. And we want this high printing to be printed five times. Let's say I want this high printing to be printed five times. And let me go ahead and take this out as well. And just okay. Now So this is what we have. Now inside we need to provide the starting point, the condition, like how many times the loop should run, and then is it an increment or a decrement? I mean, how many steps we need to take when we are repeating the loop, or when we are running in a circle, how many steps we need to jump at a time, how many steps we need to jump at a time. So that we will declare here. So first, the starting point for me is 0. Okay, for me, the starting point is 0. Let's say now my condition here is, I mean, how many times my loop should be repeated is less than equal to 5. Okay, less than equal to 5. And what C plus plus means, we have seen increment operator, right? What C plus plus means? C plus plus is incrementing C value one at a time. I mean, plus one, like it should be C plus plus is C equal to C plus C plus 1. Okay, then this is 1. Then C, then goes, then another C plus plus. Now, as it is C plus 1, which will be 1 here, C will be 1. Then again, here C equal to C plus 1, another one. I mean, first what it will do, it will go ahead and see this starting point. It says 0. Okay, C equal to 0. Then it checks the condition. Is C equal to 0? 0 is less than or equal to 5. It says yes. It will not come here. It will not come at the first stage. It will not come to C plus plus. As it says, let C equal to 0, and this condition matches as 0 is less than 5, it will print high printing. Okay. Now, once this loop, once this printing is completed, again it will come back to for loop. It will come back to for loop. Then it will not come here again. It will not check this again. Okay, it's done. This work is done. Now it will increment C value plus 1, where 0 plus 1. C is 0 here. 0 plus 1 is 1. It will this 1. Then it will come back to the condition. Okay, and it will check. Okay, 1 is less than 5. It will print it. Then once again it will come out of the loop, and it checks the, I mean, it will not come out of the loop. It prints this high printing. Then again it will come to for loop. Then again it will increment by 1. Okay. Then again it will check. Okay, is this less than 1? Sorry, less than 5. Then it will. So only at the first instance, this line will be used. Sorry, not this line. This part will be used. Okay, and this part will never be reached, only at the first instance. From the second instance, this part will never be used. Only these two parts will be used. Only these two parts. Now, okay, let me delete this. Okay, here I'll say C equal to 0 is a starting point, right? Okay, and it will check the condition. Okay, condition, condition it will check. Now C equal to 0. Okay, that is fine. That is the starting point. The computer got to know that 0 is the starting point. All good. Then it checks the condition. The next step, it checks the condition. Is 0 less than or equal to 5? Then it's yes. So it will print high printing. Okay, then after high printing is done, then again it will come to the for loop. Okay, then it will not go to the starting point again. It will not go to starting point code again. Okay, it will it will check the jumps. Okay, what should be the jump? I mean, what exactly we have written here? What exactly we said about this? How much value we have to increment or decrement in every iteration, like how much value we need to increment or decrement in every iteration. So one iteration is completed. Now that in the second iteration it will check, okay, c plus plus, which means c value should be increased only by one, right? So it will increase by one, which means it will check and it will jump by one. It will check and it will jump by one or increase by one. Now it will check the condition. Okay. Now what is the C value? What will be the C value? C value will be, first the C value was 0, right? Now the C value will be 0
+1.
plus 1, right? 0 plus 1. So it should be 1, right? This is C value,
Mhm.
right? So it will check in the same way until until C value is equal to 5. Once it is equal to 5, then it will stop printing, high printing. It will stop the loop as well. It will stop the loop as well. Let's see. Let's run this. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to use this variable name which I have used in the loop so that we'll get to know how many times it has ran the iteration. Okay. Let me do one thing. Hmm. Hmm. See, first C value was 0, it printed high printing. Then C value was 1, it printed high printing. 2 printed, 3 printed, 4 printed, 5 printed. Then it increased the C value to 6. Okay, C value was increased to 6. Then when it was increased to 6, it checked the condition, and as the condition does not satisfy, it stopped printing high printing. Understood?
Ashish,
Yeah.
it's always like we go from step to step. We do C equal 0. First one is 0 plus 1 for the increments when we increments. Okay.
Nah.
For the second,
Yes, yes. Go ahead, please.
we have to take the previous value,
Mm.
and then we do the incrementation. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Like
First,
become 1 plus 1 and then 2 plus 1 and then 3 plus 1.
correct, correct. First,
Yeah.
this will be ignored. This, when you're running the first iteration, that is this zero iteration. When you're running
Mm.
this zero iteration, iteration is nothing but
Yeah,
repeating
go
something.
round.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that is called as iteration, but I can also say looping, or we can say repeating stuff. So when we are doing at the first repetition, then we don't go here at all because the condition is satisfied here itself. C equal to 0 and C is less than or equal to 5. Yes, that is true. Then we said after this is completed, then go ahead and increment C value by 1. Okay, increment C value by
Mm.
1 and then check the condition and accordingly. Print accordingly. So,
Yeah. So I just want to ask the last one where we will stop. It
mm,
will be C equal the previous value that is 4. It means less than 5 plus 1. We
yes.
will not come to 5. Yes. We have to, I mean, we have to stop here in less than 5, in less than this condition here.
No, here we have less than or equal to, right?
So we have, yeah, we will not stop in equal, we stop in less than 5 to give us here, in with print it give us 5, it will not give us 6, because I mean it's less or equal. It
Right.
means it can be equal to 5, but if we do equal to 5, it will be 5 plus 1. which gives 6, and we don't want to have 6 in the outputs.
Yes, correct. So this is correct, right?
So, so yeah, I just want to like, this is your example, but if we face another example,
Hmm.
so we have to I mean, when, in which number we have to stop the
The looping,
iteration.
the looping
Yeah,
iteration, yeah. Hmm.
yeah, where we stop. Is it like, for example, here is equal
Hmm.
or less than 5? So,
Hmm.
but we didn't stop in equal to 5, we stopped in less than 5.
Here we stopped at equal to 5. Equal to.
No, because if it's equal to 5, it will become 6, because 5 plus 1, the incrementation,
Hmm. Yeah,
then it
but
will
we have
become 6.
printed 6, right? There was no 6 value. We only stopped at 5.
But if we stop in 5, then
Hmm.
it must give 6, because we each in each step we have to add 1
Right?
to the previous value. I don't know. That's what I mean.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me do one thing. Let me remove this less than, okay? Okay, let me remove this less than. Now let me run this. Oh, okay, it's going ahead and
Yeah.
okay. It's an infinite loop because we are not able to stop this. Hmm. Okay, to be honest, let me keep here. We'll come to the infinite loop as well. Okay.
Okay.
Let me do one thing. Okay, one here. Now, okay. Now, please let me know your doubt, please.
Yeah, like here, for example, 1.
Hmm.
So the first time we will not do the plus 1. So it gives
Hmm.
1.
Yes. Huh.
And the previous, it's 1 plus 1 gives 2,
Hmm.
and plus and 2. You know what I mean? I mean, like, here is a small 5 is a small number, but
Hmm.
if they give example that's less than, for example, like 70,
Hmm.
so I want to know where to stop here. Is it I stop in 70 plus 1, or 69 plus 1? That's what I want to understand.
Okay. If it is 70,
Hmm.
then it will stop at 69 plus 1. It will not print the 70 plus 1 because
Yeah.
71 is greater than 70 and it is not equal to 70 as well. So it will stop at 69 plus 1.
6. Okay, that's what I want to understand. So 70, we take in consideration that we are going to do the incrementation.
Right. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me
It's
not print this high printing. Let me just print the variable. Okay. 7 here. Mm. Okay, now understood.
it's 7, so
Let me
it's
let me take 0 here. Okay. Okay. Now your question,
mm,
please.
I don't know.
No, no. Yeah, please ask. It's completely fine. Please ask. Please do ask.
No, it's not in the output. It's these steps that you put here. I mean, the
Okay.
logic behind it, you know. Here
Okay.
it comes itself, here it comes, but if I have to say what will be the outputs, and I go with these steps, I go the first step, second step, until 7 or
Hmm.
until 6. Here, for example, there will be 6. If I want to write these steps that you wrote here, I will
Okay.
write the
Hmm.
6 steps or 7 steps.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
understood. So you mean to say if I want to print, if I don't want to use this for loop and I want to print this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then it would be 8, 8 because the reason being we are including 0 as well. 0 being the starting point, that is the reason it will be 8 steps. I mean 8 steps we need to write. If 1 being the starting point, then it will be 7 only. It will be 7.
Okay. You know why I ask this question? Because in interviews, they will not give, for example, this VS Code or something. They tell you we have this for loop like this, and then what will be the outputs? Then I have to guess, like, I have to do these steps that you put here
Yes.
myself
Yes.
to know, to get to know what will be the outputs.
Okay.
So I have to do it correctly. The logic behind it must be correct. Is it like I I don't know if you got my point.
Let's do one thing. Okay. Let's say in an interview, they have asked you to print 1 to 10 numbers, right? They
Hmm.
said print 1 to 10 numbers using for loop, using for
Mm,
loop. So what will you do?
mhm.
How would you write?
So is four,
Okay.
and then open the,
Parenthesis.
okay,
Ah, ah. Then
is we have to put the starts. The starts is
yeah.
zero
Okay.
because
We are
we start.
starting from zero, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Let I equal to zero. This is your starting point, right?
yeah. And then
Okay.
how many times we have to do the loop?
Okay. And they ask you to print 10 numbers, 1 to 10. They ask you to print 1 to 10. So what will you do? You'll say I.
So I
Huh.
equal to 10, or
Not equal to.
I equal or less than 10.
Huh. So what will you do is so here till here, let's say let I equal to zero. Okay. Now what is the I value?
Zero.
Zero, right? Okay. Now
Mhm.
less than or equal to 10, right? Less than
Okay.
or equal to 10, which means we need to print, we need to
Nine
print,
times.
no, not 9, 10 times. If we are saying equal to 10, right? We are saying equal to 10.
But zero is once, because zero is also one. I don't. I don't get it.
No, zero will print. Zero will definitely print. The reason being, zero, it will first it will take this variable value and it will check the condition. And let me put that in hold. Dot, I'm not sure if this works or not. Should
Mhm.
work. See, it is printing zero. Is
Zero.
it printing zero?
Yeah,
Which
zero.
means zero will print. Even if you increment or if you don't increment, zero will print, right? Because,
Okay.
and why exactly zero is printing so many times?
Because there is no how many, like the number of iterations.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the
Yes,
incrementation is not there.
there is no increment or decrement. I mean, there is no jump. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no how many what they say. I mean, yeah, jumps. We haven't given a jump here. That is the reason it is going into the infinite loop. So now we are sure zero will print, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'll increment it. Okay, by one. I'll just increment by one. Okay. Now what
Okay.
will it do? Here it is. Now if I run this, now okay, leave this part. Okay, let's say leave this part. Now first what it did, let I equal to zero. What is the I value now?
Zero.
Zero. Is zero less than or equal to 10?
Yes.
Right? So it
Yes.
printed
Mm.
zero. Because we
Okay.
wanted to print we wanted to print I. Okay, we wanted to print I. So as zero is less than or equal to 10, it satisfied the condition. The condition is true. So it printed zero. Now after printing zero, forget this completely. Think that this code is not existing at all. This line of part is not existing at all. Now it will, as I, now it is still zero. I is still zero, right?
Mm.
I is still zero. Now I will be incremented by one. Plus means it's incremented by one, right?
Okay.
I, yes, right. I plus means I value is incremented by one, which means zero equals
One.
to 0 plus 1. Sorry, 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 equals to 1.
Mm,
Now, what is the I value?
is 1. So we will
One.
not start from, yeah, the
No,
outputs, there will be no 0. We will
no,
start
no, no.
from 1
1.
because, yeah, because the
Now,
start is not there.
yes, there is no start. We now this code never is not existing at all. This code is not existing at all. Now,
Mm,
is 1 less than or equal to 10?
yes.
Printed because it's satisfied. Now it will come back again and then again. Now what it will do? 1 is a value. Okay, 1 is the I value. Then again it will add
1
one
plus
more.
1.
1 plus 1, which is 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 10?
Yes. Yeah, it's less.
Printed. Okay, in the same way, now when it comes to 9, okay, when it comes
Mhm.
to 9, 9 plus 1 equal to 10. 10. Now is 10 less than or equal to 10?
Yes.
True, right?
Yes, yes, true.
Okay, it printed 10. Now, after 10, it will come back again to the loop and it will check 10. It will add 1. First, it will add. It is a good, it is good. So, it will add 1. So, now 11. Is 11 less than or equal to 10?
No,
So, it stopped.
it's big.
The loop stopped. So, only
Okay.
at the first instance, when it is printing 0, this code doesn't exist. This part of code doesn't exist. And after started increment or jumps, we can say, or what was the word, the statement did I use? After increment or decrement in every iteration, let's go with the increment, okay, or decrement, jumps, I can say. This part of code is not existing.
Mm-hmm.
We should not look at this code at all, this part of code at all. We should always look these two parts only. Only at the first instance, don't look at this part. Only look at these two parts. And after that, we need not to look at this part. Only we need to look at these two. Now tell me, anyone, okay? Now tell me, uh, I want to print numbers. I want to print even numbers, only even numbers. How can I do that? I want to print from 1 to 10, from 1 to 10, okay? But I want to print only even numbers, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. How can I do that? What should be the
Uh,
starting point, condition, and the increment or decrement? And okay, first I'll write this for loop. Let me write this, okay? And then write this as a console dot log. Let's say I create a variable with a variable name as I only. Now tell me what will be the starting point. Anyone.
for the even number, the rest is 0.
Uh, Sorry.
Is it like this?
Let I equal to 0. Okay. Hmm. And what will be the condition?
Uh,
I want to print from 0. Let's say, yeah, let's say 0 to 10. I want to print the even numbers. So what will be the condition?
so I is less or equal to 0.
Equal to, less or equal to?
To 10. 10. Sorry.
Hmm. Now what will be the okay. Now I want to print
Incrementation.
1 to 10. I mean 0 to 10. I want to print the even numbers. Is it an
Incre-
increment or a decrement?
Incrementation. Incrementation by 2.
Okay. How would I write it?
Is it like this as I plus
Hmm.
2? I plus 2?
Okay. If it is, I mean, we can write in that way too, I plus 2. Or we can also write in this way, I equals to I plus 2. We can write it in this way as well. If we want, we can write it in this way.
Okay.
Now, run it. See, you have it.
Yeah.
Understood, everyone?
Yes. Mm.
So, so it is same. Now, if we want to print if we want to print the negative sign. Okay, this. Okay. Mhm. Now what I'm doing is I'm printing in a reverse order. I'm printing in a reverse order. Now, yeah, when we print, we get this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is completely fine. Now tell me what is the starting point, ending point, and what is the increments that we are using here in this reverse order?
uh, it's decrementation if we go with the if
Yeah.
we
What?
mm,
Okay, let me. Okay, what is the starting point here when I want to print numbers
it's
from
five.
5 to 1?
Five is the
Why?
biggest number
Okay, why we
because we are going backward. We are going, yeah,
backward?
we
So,
are decrementing, yeah.
okay. And why this condition C greater than or equal to 1?
Yeah, because we are going from the big to the small,
Okay.
from
And
the greatest.
and C minus minus means?
Is the decrementation
Okay.
by
C
one.
by 1. Okay, so tell me what will be the first C value,
Five,
next C
five,
value, next C value.
four, four, three, and then until zero, until one, until one,
Why we stopped at why we did stop at 1?
because is
Mm-hmm.
equal or bigger than zero. Than one. It means it's one.
1. Okay. This we understood, right? You got it?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
Now tell me, okay. Now tell me, I want to print numbers from mm, 12, 12 to 0, but 12 to 0, but I want to jump three numbers at a time. How can I?
The start is from 12, and then the number of
Okay, one minute.
yeah,
Okay.
I equal 12.
Or no, I right. Uh. So let me.
Equal 12, and then I is superior or a greater
Yeah, greater than. I is
a greater or
greater than
equal
or equal to.
to
Okay, sorry. I let I equal to 12, right?
12. Yeah,
Then I greater than or equal to.
we said one. It will stop in one, yes?
Yeah, yeah. Let's stop at 1.
One.
Then
And then decrementation,
mm,
it means I equal to 3 because we are decrementing by 3.
I I equal I sorry. Can you
I
repeat
plus
once?
3 plus 3.
I plus 3.
It means like a decrementing by 3.
Okay, so I equal to I plus 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we are decrementing it.
Minus. Oh, sorry, minus 3.
Okay,
Yes.
let's do this. Got it?
Yes, yes. Yeah, it's
Okay.
true. Mm.
This is
Yes.
for loop is actually mostly used loop is this one, which is for loop, and it is very easy. Only thing we need to know is we need to declare for the starting point, then the condition. Condition is nothing but how many times we want to repeat our code, how many times we want to repeat our code, and then how many jumps we need to take. Is it a one jump or a two jump or a three jumps, or it depends upon the the code that you write in here. Now tell
Mm.
me, and whatever whatever variable that you have used here, you can print it here. You can so that it will print the numbers. Now tell me, I want to print high 10 times. How can I write the code?
Okay. High. So
Hmm.
let's high equal 10.
Let
Equals
let
0. 10
sorry
times
sorry
equals 0.
let
High
uh-huh. Hmm.
equals 0,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
and then high is greater or equal to 10 because it's 10 times.
Mm. Okay, less than
And
or
then
equal to 10. Hmm. Got it.
less. Okay. And then the
We are
incrementation is plus
incrementing.
one.
We are incrementing. That is the reason we should say, as we said, high equal to 0. If we say greater than, now tell me, 0 is 0 greater than or equal to 10?
Yes.
Huh? 0 is
It's,
greater
it's
than or equal to 10?
equal. It's less or equal to 10.
Right. So when
So
we
that's,
say
yeah,
greater, then that is the wrong, wrong
is the
condition.
opposite.
Yeah, the
It's for
opposite.
decrementation.
Hmm.
Mm. But
Now,
here we will do incrementation by one.
yes. So it's high plus plus.
I, yes,
And then
yeah, console dot
console
log, high,
console dot log
high.
high. Okay. So everyone are on the same page.
Mm,
So now
Yes,
I'll
Ashish.
okay. So now I will have high printed 10 times, right?
yes.
Okay, let's do it. Where
Oh,
where where did it print high 10 times?
oh really? Oh, mhm. So maybe let's is equal high. I don't know.
Left equal to high.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
okay.
maybe we do not use the strings. But
Yeah,
high is high here is not a number. Why it does not have double quotation?
because high is a number. We have declared it
Is
as a number.
so we have I don't know.
Okay, let
We
me
don't
repeat the
write
syntax
high.
again. Let me repeat the
Is it
syntax.
a trick? Is it trick? Is it trick?
Okay, see the syntax. Okay, we have perf, right? We have written perf. Now we have starting point. Okay, did we declare the starting point in the above code?
Yes, it's zero.
Okay, and do we have the condition?
Yes,
And do we have the increment slash
yes,
decrement declared?
yes.
Okay, in the curly braces, in the curly braces, we write
Mhm.
the statements that needs to be repeated, the statements that needs to be repeated. Now tell me, what should be the statement so that it prints high 10 times? It might be any
It's
statement that you want to print 10 times. So it's
it's
the
high.
statement. Uh, Sorry?
It's high.
Yeah,
That has to be repeated.
yeah, but it is printing 0 to 10, right?
Mm.
So we need to write a statement. Okay, this statement is nowhere connected to this for loop. I mean, it is connected. I mean, what we say? I mean, the statement in here we can either use the variable name that we have used in the for loop, or we can also write other statements as well. So how can I do that? How I can print high 10 times? Okay,
Mm.
let me say I want to print hi hello 10 times. Hi as well as hello 10 times. How can I do that? I want to print hi as well as hello 10, or say bye. Hi and bye 10 times. How can I do that?
I don't know.
Anyone?
In a console, we need to add high as well as buy, right?
Okay, here we need to add hi as well as bye. How can I do that?
Plus sign. We
Plus,
have to add, yes, plus and concatenation, right?
okay, bye. Will this
Mm.
print? Will this
Oh,
print hi and bye 10 times?
Mm.
zero
I,
less than 10. Okay.
See
We need
this?
to print a high, right?
Yeah, this is a statement. We are declaring a statement. Statement,
Statement.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
statement can be anything. What is a
Mm.
statement? Okay, let me come to W3 schools and JavaScript, and where it went, way to output statements. Sorry, statements. Okay, statements. A computer. Okay, this in a programming language, these programming instructions are called statements. So I want to instruct, I want to instruct computer to print hi 10 times. I want to repeat my code. I want to repeat my code 10 times. So that is my statement. Here, this I want to repeat my code 10 times. So how can I do that? This is all
First of
right.
all, high is a number, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a number. So suppose let I equal to, it's a like a it's a value, right?
Hmm.
I variable name.
Hmm.
But if I want to print a high, then in a console I need
Hmm.
to write it down high. But
Hmm.
in a loop I need to mention I, and plus I need to if I want to print 0 1 2 3 number as well, so I need to space, I need to print I as well.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Very a variable name is
Okay.
I I
Yeah.
think we must write I,
Hmm.
assign it to highs, and then we do the console high.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, first we have to say, we should not write let high, but let I. But before this, we know that I is means high, is the value of I is
Yeah, but I
high.
don't want to create any other variable. I want to use only this for loop. In this for loop only I want to do it. That will
Okay.
be extra code, right? If I want to create
Mhm.
let uh what does it in
I equal
hi
high.
equal to hi. I don't want to do this greeting. Sorry, let greeting equal to hi. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I want to go with the for loop only. See, I want to repeat statement. A statement, it can be any statement. It can be any statement. I want to repeat that statement code 10 times using for loop. Using for loop. So here what we do is we write this under string. Now run. Understood. So here
I
what what I
I
wanted to
said,
do. Sorry?
I said before it must be in string.
Sorry, I didn't. It's my bad. I think I didn't. Now, okay. Now, if I want to print by as well, how can I do that?
Plus sign concatenation, and in a string we need to apply a by as well.
Yes. And we can either print it in this way, okay, or we can use multiple statements as well. See, okay, way
No, we are mentioning for loops. Then why we need to apply two times?
aha. Okay, sorry. Let me do one thing. Let me uh, create. Understood. So this is a statement. The statement, the code that we want to repeat, that we define here. That we define here. And inside the curly braces, inside this curly braces, we can write anything. We can write any code that needs to be repeated. That needs to be repeated. That can be any code. That is the reason I was stressing on statements. Okay, statements. This is one of the statement. This is one of the statement. This statement I want to repeat 10 times. This statement I want to repeat 10 times. So rather than writing console.log hi plus by 10 times, I used for loop. I used for loop. So here what it did is, first it checked is 0 less than or equal to 10. Yes. That invent inside this curly braces, and it checked what to print. Okay, I have to print hi plus by, hi by, and also I need to print have a great day. It printed it, then came out. Then in it added 0 plus 1. and it checked 1 is less than or equal to 10. Yes. Then again it went inside this curly braces and it saw, okay, I need to print this once again. Let me print it. So it repeated uh, until what 11 is not equal to or less than 10. I mean, until high value went it to 11, it printed these statements. Understood? Let me ask. Let me do one thing.
Yes.
Okay, okay, let's do one thing. Now, I want to, okay, let's say, I want to print, uh, the print, um, okay, I want to print, have a great day, or enjoy your coffee. I want to print, enjoy your coffee, and have a great day. And also, in the next line, I want to print, like, yeah, like, what do they say? Something. Good morning. Okay, let's say I want to print good morning. Okay, so how can I write it? 5 times. Let's go with 5 times, not 10 times. Let's go with 5 times. How can I do that?
So 4
Mm,
between parentheses,
mm,
we put the start is 0, I equals 0. Let I equal 0.
mm,
And then 5 times it means I is less or equal to 5.
mm.
And then I plus plus the
Okay.
incrementation by
Mm,
1.
mm,
And then console.log.
mm.
And then we write the statement. You said good morning. What was it to say?
Yeah,
Or coffee or
have a coffee.
have a
And
grace
yeah, yeah. So
inside.
inside here,
Yeah.
why did we write statements? Because we want to print the statements 5 times.
Mhm.
We want to print the statements 5 times. That is the reason we used statements. We can also write console.log I. That is also fine. It will print I as well, I value as well. If we want to print I value, it will print I value as well. But if we want to print something extra, we can also do that. And which we want to repeat that stuff, then we can do that. We can write that as a statements as well. So what will it do? It will go ahead, have a coffee, 0, good morning. Have a coffee, 1, good morning. Once the I value is 6 after 5, once the I value is 6 is not less than or equal to 5, it stopped. It stopped printing.
Mm.
Now I want the starting point to be 3. How can I do that? Starting point to be 3.
4,
I equal
4
to
is
3.
I equal to
mm,
3, right?
yeah.
So if I say I equal to 3 here, then it starts from 3. See, it started from 3 and then 4, then 5, then as it is 6, then it's not equal to or less than 5, so it stopped. Understood?
Yes, yes, it's clear.
Everyone? Understood, Panti?
Yes, yes, Ashish.
Okay. So that is all for today. And I'll be providing you this document. And one thing, the ones which are in yellow in color, please do not go through it because we need to discuss about strings and parameter, yeah, properties and then functions. So this we will, as we haven't covered this, we will come to this when we discuss about properties or strings or function. Apart from that, you can go through this. You can go through these things and see, this is what I did. First two tasks are initialization and check condition. Then next two tasks are performing increment, decrement, and then checking condition. But ignore initialization, which means the first starting point. We will be ignoring the initialization. Okay. So this is also one thing. Okay. You know, so, so it printed. Why it printed only once? Why it printed only once? Okay. Why did it print? Let me. Okay. Why did it print only once? Why did it print
Because
only once?
because we have initialized flag equal to true, right?
Hmm,
So
hmm,
it will check the true condition. After that, second part is only flag. We have
hmm,
not mentioned less than equal to or greater than equal to, right? So
hmm,
it is going on that part and it is printing only true part.
Okay.
It will not jump to flag equal to false.
No,
Uh,
no, no.
I think Ashish is because there is no incrementation or decrementation.
Nah, 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 nah. Okay. See, let flag equal to true, right? It says flag equal to true. Here, the flag value is true. The flag value is
Yes,
true. Okay.
flag value is true, and we are printing only flag.
Yeah. Now, after printing, now what will it do?
It will again
Hmm.
go
Hmm.
to another part. It will go to again to second time loop, and after that
Hmm.
it will not check flag equal to true, right?
Hmm.
It will jump to flag
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
a flag equal to false.
Hmm.
So it will not it will not print false because like we have on mentioned flag equal to true and we have not increment decrement process.
Yes.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yes. And we always start with this. The first one is the start.
Yes.
Is here is true, and since there is no incrementation or decrementation, so we will stop there in true.
It's not about incrementation or decrementation here, okay? Because as this is a boolean value, we cannot increment or decrement a boolean value. It is only a number which we can increment or decrement. As this is a boolean value which we cannot
Mhm.
increment or decrement, what we did is, in order to stop this loop, we gave, it's like one of the condition. We said, okay, once the flag value is true and it's printed, then make the flag value equal to false. Okay. If I
Mm.
take this out, see, it went into the infinite loop. To check flag equal to true, okay, flag value is true, it printed. Then again it came back, flag value is still true, so it's printing true, true, true. Now, in order to stop this, what we did is,
Okay, we need to print flag
yes,
false.
flag.
We need to break that statement.
Yes, we need to stop the loop. We need to stop. How we can stop the loop? By adding a condition stating that once the flag value is true and it printed, then say the flag value should be false. Now, if I say false here,
Hmm.
uh, false here, then what should be the value printed
True,
here? Correct. See, why it didn't print false
because
here?
false value is zero
Yes.
in a boolean, so
Hmm.
that's why it's not printing.
Yes, correct. Correct. So as true value is 1, it went ahead and printed once. This this might, you might not come across this, but still, only for knowledge, we can also use a boolean value. But in order to stop a boolean value, for false it is fine. For false, I think it will be fine, but no, it will also go into the infinite loop because still false value is 0. No, no, it stopped. For flag equal to false, it stopped. It stopped. It didn't go into the infinite loop. But if the flag value is true, then it will go into the infinite loop because flag value is always true, always true. Okay, so true flag false. It, now it stopped. Okay. So once it printed true, then came back and checked. Okay, what is the value of flag? False. Then it didn't print flag. I mean, it did. Actually, to be honest, it did. Now, let me do one thing. Let me clear this. Please look at the output, okay? Please look at the output. It printed true. Okay, it printed true. Then it printed false as well, which is a blank value, which is a blank, which is completely blank. It printed false as well, and it stopped because after that there's no there's no condition that is fulfilling the flag. That is the reason it printed false and it stopped there. Now if I do the same here, false. Okay, and I remove this. See, it is printing a blank value. When the flag equal to false, it is printing a blank value. Now, when you're using true here, okay, and flag equal to false, see, it printed
It
true
gives true.
and then it
Mm.
printed false in a blank thing, in a blank. But this is mostly not used. Mostly not used. You will be using this one only. I mean, in interviews also, they will be asking this only. This is just for information. Just for information. If someone asks, like, how can you use a Boolean value in a for loop, then you can write it in this way. True, false, true. True is not required when you use flag equal to false, but still you can write it. No worries with it. So all good with the for loop?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, yes, it's very
So
clear. Thank you.
you're welcome. Most welcome. So we will be meeting tomorrow. We will be discussing about while and do while. Both are mostly similar. Mostly similar. So we will be discussing it tomorrow. Then we will meet on Friday. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
No
Ashish.
doubts, right? No doubts, right?
No, no,
No,
no.
no, it's very clear. Very clear. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you so much.
No worries.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye. Have a nice
You too.
evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye bye.